Hey everybody, it's Briggsell here. Hello. Today I am doing a review of this battle that I did in the Type 64. Now over the last few days I've been trying to work out how to scout, how to use a Type 64 tank like this one here to scout the enemy correctly, spot the enemy correctly, and provide a support role to the team, because in a way a scout tank isn't really built for offensive action unless there is a specific goal to the battle, in the sense that, say, the other team has got like 3, maybe even 4 artillery pieces, then you may want to think about doing something else. Or if in particular the map suggests that you may be able to get behind their lines and attack them. In this case I'm going to be spotting. I'm not going to scout, I'm going to spot for my people that hopefully are going to come up behind me and actually show me what the meaning of focus fire is. We'll find out. Anyway, let me just explain in my kind of strategic way of showing you what is actually going to happen to begin with. What I'm going to do, what the team is going to do, and what the other team is going to do. What I'll do is I'll make the map a little bit bigger so you can see for yourself. Forget that bloody thing there. I'm having to use a different program because DxStory doesn't like using something else. I'll explain in a vlog or something later. Anyway, so fuck's sake. Right. If you look in the bottom right hand corner, you'll see the map. What I'm going to show you, my movements in white, my team's movements in blue, and the enemy team's in red, obviously. So I'll start with my team. The team is going to split into 3 groups. Group 1, that's red, I'm an idiot. Group 1 is going to go into these trees here. You're going to have 2 heavy tanks and two tank destroyers. Group number 2 is going to head into this location here, and I'll just give that a group there. Mainly medium tanks, Type 58 Cromwells. Type T34 is going to go in there as well, I believe. The third group is going to go onto the hill up in here. That's where the other heavy is going to go. Both the Tigers, I believe, go up in that place. The KV-1S also goes up there, including also one of the tank destroyers. I can't remember which one it is. The grill's going to sit back wherever it wants to sit because that's what it does. Okay. What the enemy team is going to do is they are going to move into this area here. I don't know exactly where they are because I'm not going to give that away. They go into that area roughly, probably 5 to 8 of them. I don't know which ones go in. I'll explain later. Some of the others are going to head into this kind of location here. They're going to try and get up the little hill in the middle, as you can see up here. That's the hill that comes up. You can't see over the top unless you get to the top of it. And then a third group is going to head in this kind of direction here, over here. And I'm giving you generalizations because I don't really want to spoil it. Let's just say these 2 groups have a bit of a battle. These 2 groups have a bit of a battle. And we have a bit of a battle here. Right. As for me, I have 3 options here. I can go around to the right here and I can join this group here, sit in a tree and try and spot whatever comes down there. Problem with that is that it actually takes quite a bit of time to get up that hill, and you risk being spotted, especially if the Chaffee or the Shafi or however you want to pronounce it gets into the position into the middle around D7 or D8 or something like that. Now if that happens and you're spotted, you're pretty much dead. There's no way you're getting around it because the other people behind them is going to see me and it's going to take me out. I've only got 580 health. The second option is I can come round like this and just do circles, trying to spot any enemies that are kind of over here or over here. That's good to begin with. If I keep doing that, I run the risk every time I go that I get fired upon and I get shot. So, in my inevitable wisdom, I decide that I'll go for the easy option. And I go around the back here, and I sit in a bush in G1. Right smackaroony there. Okay? I'll actually show you whereabouts on the actual screen. That location right there. Forgive the really terrible arrows. I'm going to sit behind that bush, and I'm going to try and scout whatever comes into that little red box. You know, on the 1, 2, 3 carries, A to D, 1, 2, 3, basically. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm going to help Group 1 here on my team to do as much damage as possible. Anyway, let's get on with this, because the last thing I want you to do is suffer through this. So let's move forward, and shall get into position. Okay, so I move into position. Tank's really quite quick. It's very weak though. So if you get hit by anything, the likelihood is you'll get tracked or you'll get on fire or something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit right behind this tree. I told you I'd sit here, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. My tank is pretty much completely covered apart from the end of my gun, which is probably not a great thing. I should really reverse out of that and get the entirety of my tank, but to be honest, the entirety of my tank really is covered, which means that in about 3 seconds time my camo net will engage. At this point it's engaged. I've already spotted the chaffee. This is a big plus for me, because I now know where the other scout tank is, as well do the rest of my team. They now know the scout tank is over in this position, over here, which means they don't have to worry so much about being spotted going up this hill and going up along here. That's just the way it is. That's great. As I sit in this position, let me zoom forward a little bit so you can actually see. I'm going to hope that there's going to be a lot of movement coming my way from the tanks. So, for instance, if anything starts to move, say past the chaffee, I don't know how you pronounce it, but if they come past, I will spot them almost immediately. So let's run this forward a bit. Yeah, there we go. I see the Jagdpanzer IV come into play. I see the T-34 come into play. Now you'll notice that I'm not actually firing. I haven't fired my gun. Now there's a reason behind this. If you don't know anything about the camouflage system in this game, if you move, you give your position away. If you fire, you give your position away. Even behind the bushes, because what happens is when you fire or when you move, the bush's camouflage value basically decreases. It just disappears for a few seconds, as does your camo value of your vehicle. So for instance, my camo I think is about 20% when I'm sitting zero, sitting at not moving, not shooting, is at 20%. Camo netting adds, I think it's 25% or something, and then on top of that you get your skills and all that. That's why they can't see me technically, is because my camo value is so much better than their view skill levels, that they can't actually see me unless I make a silly mistake like trying to fire upon them. Now the problem is this gun only does about 120 damage or something silly, and its penetration isn't much better. I think it's 112 in fact. The only thing that's really good about this tank is the fact that it moves quickly and it's maneuverable. Those are two things that are good about this tank. Anyway, let's get back to it. We've just spotted the Churchill as well. What else can we spot? So all these tanks are moving. They're giving their position away. The VK-3001 pops up. The Cromwell pops up. They're all moving. They're all giving themselves away. The Jagdpanzer IV comes into play. They're moving, therefore giving its position away. Now the Cromwell is really forward. I'm hoping, upon hope, that I don't get spotted. The T-150 also comes into play. That's another tank that I've just spotted. So totally, I've spotted 3, 6, 8 tanks in literally the 30 seconds I've been sitting in this bush. I haven't done anything. All I've done is move to this bush, and I'm going to get a nice little batch of experience for that. What I will say as well, every time that you spot an enemy and they take damage from your spotting, you get points, you get experience. Now, I think it's about 50%. So whatever experience these guys get from shooting the tanks, say the Cromwell or the Jagdpanzer, every time that they get a certain amount of experience points, I get 50% of those experience points. Not from them, but as well as. So that's how I make my XP, basically. Let's carry on. So the Cromwell is in a pretty serious position here. It's a silly position, really. He gets some damage done. The Churchill gets hit. The Jagdpanzer 4 gets hit. They all start to think about, what the hell is spotting me? Well, I'm spotting you, motherfuckers. I am. And all I'm doing is sitting here, not doing anything. The T-25 comes into play. Another spot. That's 9 spots. Technically, I've just got the scouting medal. As far as I'm aware, that is exactly what happened. I did. Takes even more damage. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Cromwell's taken a bit more damage. We do lose, unfortunately, a tank destroyer in all this, but they've just lost the Churchill. They've just lost their Cromwell. They're about to lose their T-25 too. Goodbye. Bye-bye. See you later. It's not moving. Really not moving. Bye-bye. See ya. Psh, psh. It will die in a second. It's now moving. Therefore, bye. Jagdpanzer 4 goes down. So, 4 tanks have just disappeared for our loss of 1. Okay? Our loss of 1. You'll also notice that this tank is really quiet as well. So I'm asking these people just to hold the ground, because every time they move, they give their position away. The T-34-1 has given his position away, and therefore he's going to be fired upon. That's just the way it is. If they hold their ground, they won't get spotted and they won't lose their lives. Unfortunately, the VK3601H here behind me decides that he doesn't want to spot and to sit and to snipe. He wants to move forward. In fact, both of them do. And unfortunately, the VK3601 gets fired upon quite badly by the Jagdpanzer 4 that's hidden at the moment. But as soon as he fires, you'll notice that the Jagdpanzer comes right in. There he goes, he'll pop up. There, bop. But he's dead. The Jagdpanzer 4 cannot last against the power that's coming at him. But the VK3601 decides that he, unfortunately, has lost the will to live and gets destroyed. So that's tank number 5 has now decided that he wants to go down as well, so it goes down. Now I say here, let's just hold the line. Let's see what happens. Now the T-34 decides that he wants to go over there. That's fair enough. We can forget about him for now. But then we spot the Chafee. Now here's where things don't go to plan. I decide, through the ultimate wisdom that is me, that it's now time for me to kind of get into the action a little bit. I've done quite a bit of work. I've done the job I was set to do. Now let's see if I can get on the board in terms of damage, in terms of kills. Now what happens here is that when I shoot, I instantly must recognise that I most likely have been spotted. That's probably not very English. It's not good English at all, but it gets the point across. As soon as I shoot, I should realise that I've been spotted. Even without Sixth Sense, which I don't have at the moment. I'm at like 95% or something. As soon as I shoot, I've got to move. I've got to move, because I'm almost certain that I've been spotted. So let's see what happens. I get the shot off. The Chafee decides he wants to run. My next shot, if that hits, he's dead, and I should get the kill. I don't think I get the hit, or if I did get the hit, it missed. Or pinged. Now, instead of just shooting once and then moving, I shot 3 times, which means that they can probably see me, and as I can't see them, I have to try and evade fire. So this is what I do. I go straight for them, like a fucking nut job. Now, luckily for me, both of the tanks were looking the other way. In fact, I'm almost certain that if I hadn't have moved, they wouldn't have seen me. I'm almost certain of that now, because they were facing the wrong way. And as soon as they face the wrong way, even if they spot me, it would take them so long for them to turn, both of them, because they're both quite slow. It would have taken them so long for them to actually turn that there'd have been no point. So I'm taking damage here from the Chafee, I'm taking damage from the 150. And now here's where it gets lucky. The T150 in my back here does a good job by taking that Panzer SFL 5 or whatever it is, and does a little bit of damage to the T150. And I get out alive, luckily alive. At any point during that whole kind of fight scene there, I could have died within inches of dying. So I'm going to go and have another look for the T150, because that's just what I'm supposed to do now. I've got 66 health, I might as well waste it in some shape or form by trying to do some damage against something here. So the T150 is now going to focus on me. It's going to miss. I'm sorry, mate, you've missed. I'm now going to I've decided, fuck it, let's just do it. Let's just go for it. So the T150 is in a horrible position. It's facing the wrong way. It's side on to the other tanks. I'm going to get some damage on it. There we go. And the T150 is going to kill its brethren. Now the Chafee is sitting in the wrong position. It probably doesn't realise I'm even here. I'm going to take 2 shots to kill this bad boy. I'm not even going to zoom in. I'm just going to shoot. By the time I've reloaded, I'm fully zoomed. I get the kill. And then, even better, the VK3601 is sitting right behind, and I got enough to just kill that guy. And there we have it. We have a victory, okay? Now, if I just quickly... Let me just quickly do this. I should have had these ready, but I didn't. Let's go to the screenshots of... This is the victory. Let's put it in full screen. No, don't put it in full screen, you idiot. Anyway, here's the saved thing that I had. I get the scout medal. Or the spot medal, the scout medal. I can't remember what it's called. And I get the scouting assistant badge. Now, what this means is that I've scouted 5 people, and during that scouting phase, they've been destroyed. That is a very difficult thing to get. I've only had that once ever before this battle, and a long time ago when it was a bit more easy. I get top of the list, 1203 experience points. I only do 665 damage. So where the hell are all these experience points coming out? Well, if you just have a quick look at the damage due to your assistants, that's where you get the XP. I did 3,800 damage without actually doing any damage. I did 665 damage total. You know? So I had enough damage as well for me to be destroyed. But that's just the way it is. Sometimes you get really lucky, sometimes you don't. So take it from me, folks. This game, if you follow a simple process of elimination about what you want to do at the start of a map against who you're fighting against, you can do really well. If you know the map and you know you can sit somewhere and you probably won't get spotted, then go and sit there and not get spotted. If you don't pick up as many people as I did, I've done this map like 4 times in this tank, and this is the first time I've done really well. This first time I've really pushed it and won. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you find it informative, let me know. I really do like the graphics of that. Look at the shit. The shit flying. Anyway, if you do like the video, let me know in the comments below. If you find something that I've said that's wrong, please also let me know in the video, because the last thing I want to do is say something that people would think, well, that doesn't make any sense, or that's not right, and then I can try and explain myself, or I can be corrected, or I can correct myself. So please let me know in the comments below. Yeah, that's it. Thanks very much for watching, and hopefully see you next time.